something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And able to get this out to the 25. At their own 25-yard line.
I thought you was calling me a love.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So a great throw right there, and what a regular season this rookie had, piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title, and they get the home date here in round 1 of the playoffs. But Charles, how do you think they'll play it here? Will they run the same kind of wide-open offense they've run all season, or do you think that they'll try and take some pressure off of the young fella?
Oh, I think they're going high, wide, and handsome in this one. I think it's all out, just as they've been doing all year long, because I think if you try and pull it back now a little bit, you're telling that young man you don't have quite as much confidence in him as you've professed.
What the fuck?
So go ahead and continue to run your offense. Do the things that got you here. As so many defensive coaches have told you and me, all gas, no brakes. Let it rip.
Go, go. 50, play. I'm coming for you. You mine. Buzz. Go. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Ready?
On play action, Lawrence. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And we'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. LaVisca Chenault, 51 yards.
Oh, that lagged hard.
Jaguars will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua.
Give me that.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. So what did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball. Whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback, you have a much better opportunity.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
On first down, Lawrence. Open man here, Sims complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Hey, lock it. Check 13. Check that.
On second down, Etienne once more. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Check tight. 36. Any weapon. Choose the mic. Check 50. Choose the mic. They go.
They'll run with Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the 6. And he returns this to the 22.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. And that'll be in.
Yeah, that should have been a pick.
A pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down.
Give me that.
This one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks,
To the Baja?
getting past it.
Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 33 yards. And the Jaguars continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Gaskin. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. They get this out wide to Gaskin.
Oh, I had a hard flat over there.
Have a 1st down as they get into the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Now they go screen, it's complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
21-0, our score, 1-1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to let them feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run.
Give my rock.
Shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Like I said, give my rock.
Tua
To the Baja again?
Campbell past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker it.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 35. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question, because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Protein spell. 55. Right there in the middle. Get it.
On second down, ETN once more. And some room to work. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
Damn,
He has
you
acquitted
shattered
himself
me.
nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn the pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
Alpha. Fresno. Fresno. Fresno.
Oh man, I put him on.
On second down, a run with ETN. He's to the 10, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jags are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Jalen Waddle on the return. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there for the Dolphins. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
Oh, why did you pick it, bro?
Got to him as he released it. And it's second down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. From the gun, it's Tua.
Give me that.
Be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Xavier Howard up to make the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
Good block.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him in his first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go jet sweep here with Chuck.
Damn.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he'll take it to the 33-yard line.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he's taken down
I
inside
mean,
the 30.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Jaguars have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Throwing for the running back, and he's got it complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to do. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 42. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. A big play there for the Dolphins. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Second and 10. 2 to throw again. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa keeping it himself from a yard out. And it's for pride now, but the Dolphins get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Sanders. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Fights off the defender.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Here's a give to Etienne. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Blue draw Porkers. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Ready?
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And getting this just shy of midfield, they spotted at the 49. 146 yards rushing for him now, as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the 2nd round.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Come again. Wide. Get wide. Joker. X3. 218. Chopper. Watch the run. Check 20. Fair. No. Off. Shoot.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Ready. 55, Mike 55. Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. Sponge. No. Switch. Recon 132 fighter. Check 55 to Mike. Here we go. Switch.
A handoff for Etienne. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. A chance for Waddle on the return. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more.
He's got a man complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. It's a big play there for Miami. 2 now on 1st down. And this one complete to Will Fuller. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They'll run now with Gaskin. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Tua going to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big play there for the Dolphins.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited by what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Three yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
He was brought down by Andre Cisco. A 3-yard gain brings up 4th down.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
You don't want it. Check 3, check 3.
Another tote for Etienne. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Slam. Greystone, travel. Mike, 55. Right there. Let me go.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 173 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Let's get off the field, D. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, check. Let's go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
ETN with it. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
You ain't going nowhere. Mark 55, Mark 55.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Game situation. Let's go. Fire.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Down. 15 line. 15 line.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
And they will take a knee here. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Don't get nervous.
Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.